siguro they need to reflect. Kailangan talaga ng matinding reflection if they wish to, proceed with their relationship. Kasi there is no point in building relationship when at the end of it pala, hindi naman pala talaga kayo yung magkakatuluyan.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of our Founders Podcast. Title for today is How Your Relationship Affects Your Entrepreneurial Success.
Yes.
And in this case, what we mean by relationship is your significant other. It can be your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, girlfriend, and so on.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. If you are new here in this podcast, we talk about the entrepreneurial journey as well as tips and strategies on how to help you become a better entrepreneur. If that's something that interests you, stick around till the very end. And definitely check out some of our other podcasts. We do this every Saturdays around 5 p.m. So, let's get started.
Yeah. And for this episode, we have a very, very special guest.
Yeah.
One of the CEO of Argonza Aesthetics and Dermopigmentation Academy, Wenie Argonza.
Hi guys, it's great to be here. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
I'm doing excellent.
That's nice.
And by the way, along with Wenie, we have here RP, Chris, and Ryan. Okay, so obviously, you guys heard her name. She's an Argonza too. She is my wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's very fitting that she is here with this episode because of the topic we have here. So we have the power couple in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually excited for this one because, as you guys know, I'm very proud of Wenie here. I'm very proud of my wife because often I get most of the praise, obviously being the Argonza and having, Argonza companies, Argonza trading and all that. So, a lot of times, ako yung nakakakuha ng, RP, ang galing mo naman, ganyan. And now, they will understand na hindi lang ako yung magaling, actually. A lot of the success that we have, a lot of success that we are enjoying right now, a big part of it is this pretty little girl to my right here.
Yeah. I've you said that over the years, right?
Mm-hmm.
That the reason for your success is...
Yes.
Yeah, not just for RP, but I guess it's for all men out there. The reason behind every man's success is always the wife.
Yes. Grabe naman. Always.
Kaya pala hindi pa ako successful.
Wala pang
Kaya kailangan mo ng
Siyang nag-umpisa niyan.
Wala akong kinalaman.
I was trying my best not to bring him into this. Pero Chris,
Okay.
I want it to be known na you are the one. Okay, so how many questions are we going to be answering today?
Probably
Chris?
about 4 questions, main questions. So let's start out. So we'll ask you guys first, and then Ryan is also in a very healthy relationship.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we will also get his inputs on this.
Hi, Steph.
Hi, Doc Steph.
Yeah, and guys, the reason that we're doing this podcast is so as you know, the inspiration for the topics that we have for this podcasts is from, or are, a lot of them are from you guys, the listeners, no? So if you have anything to say, any inputs at all, please do not hesitate to send us a message, put them in the comment box below. We'd love to hear with all of you. So, or to hear from all of you. So at any point in the podcast, if you have something to say, please do not hesitate. Let us know. We would love to hear what you have to say.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, so let's go for the first question.
Okay.
So let's start at the very, very beginning.
Okay.
Okay. So how did you guys, start?
What do you mean start?
How did you guys
Met
become? Yeah, how did you guys meet? How did you guys start the relationship?
Okay. Haba niya. The fast, the quick version lang tayo. Okay. So me, you.
You first.
Me. Okay. So the quick version is I met Wenie when I was working in a call center in a BPO industry. I don't want to mention the company. So what happened was I part of the very first few batches. I was a part of the pioneering team,
Okay.
basically. And she was a few batches far down. I think you were batch 5 ba?
I think.
Yeah, she was
if I
batch
remember
5,
correctly.
batch 6, mga ganon. Ako, I was batch 2.
Mhm.
Okay, and in that particular company, I was one of the very first to get promoted. Actually, third, I think, to get promoted there. After like a month of taking in calls, I got promoted into a level 2. Level 2.
Kahit employment pa lang, successful ka
Siyempre.
na.
Give everything.
Grabe yourself.
So what happened was Wenie came in, and yung trainer nila was our trainer as well. I was pretty close to that guy, and he asked me for help. So they needed a few agents to mentor some of their agents, and nakita ko na agad si Wenie dun sa batch na yun eh.
Smart na.
So
bilis
basically-
ng mata.
So hindi na kasi ako talaga nagko-calls. No? I don't take in calls na. I only take SCAS.
Escalation.
Escalations lang. But nung nakita ko na nagwa-Y-jack sila at kulang sa pagwa-Y-jack, nakita ko si Wenie, sinabihan ko si JT, yung trainer. Sabi ko, JT, dito mo pa Y-jack sa akin yan. Sabi niya, hindi ka naman nagko-calls. Hindi magko-calls ako. Dito madali niya na umalat.
Dumidas ka.
So in short, nag-listen in siya sa akin. So for those who are not familiar, in a call center industry, when you say Y-jack, no, in a call center setting, that's when somebody takes in calls, in this case me, and the person who is Y-jacking into you is listening into your calls. So yeah, so it was my time na magpasikat, medyo Americanized accent. So sinigurado. Tapos onting small talk na, onting usap, lunch tayo mamaya, yun na. So long story short, we met in a BPO, and I don't wanna, corny, ayokong sabihin na kasi masyadong cliche, pero honestly, at the risk of sounding corny, I will say it anyway. When I saw her then, I really know na this is the girl, this is something.
Agree.
Okay? However, all of that, ang pinagbabasihan ko lang was itsura. Kasi, it was really, and she knows this, I told her, we've talked about this a lot, na really, nung umpisa ang umiiral was more of the physical attraction lang. Kasi, obviously, hindi mo naman makikilala yung tao as a person from looking at her. Okay? Or him. So, ako nakita ko lang siya, sobrang crush na crush ko siya. Sabi ko, gusto ko talaga tong girl na to. I really wanna be close to her, ganyan. But all of this was looks. So, ayun.
It's still love at first sight. Parang ganun yung sinasabi mo eh.
Yeah, if we're
Part
gonna
of
talk
it,
about
yeah.
the looks
We were
department.
just in our early 20s.
Yeah.
23, 24.
Around that
Yeah,
age,
around
yeah.
that time.
Okay.
Yeah, and to add to what he said, for me as well, when I first saw him, it was also physical attraction.
You know.
I think that's one of the things. I think that's one of the things that we
Pogi.
look for din naman when we start out. It's always the physical attraction.
Yeah. I want to highlight that because the reason I said that, hindi naman para sabihin na masyado kaming, outside-ish na tao na ang pinagtitingnan yung panlabas. But the reality is, when we're looking for someone to be with, a lot of times, it really just starts with the physical attraction. Obviously, that's the only thing you can see. Really, that's where it starts. You need to be attracted at the physical level first. I believe, obviously, I may be wrong, but for me, you need to be attracted at a physical level first. So that's so na ikaw on that kasi, di ba, there are several ways or there are several boxes na you need to check as far as a relationship is concerned. That first one, in my opinion, needs to be a really big check. Para next na mga iintindihin mo na lang is yun yan, the personality, spirituality, all of that stuff.
Okay. So gumana naman yung American accent niya.
Yeah. Did you know
So
me?
after the
Yes.
physical attraction,
Yeah.
yung ano.
Oy, pero wag ka. Ako ang niyaya niya mag-lunch.
That's not true. Hanggang ngayon, it's still a debate. I don't remember asking him for lunch.
Oy, di totoo yan. Ay, hindi. Ako pala nagtanong sa'yo mag-lunch, tama? Pero hindi magkatugma yung schedule natin. Inayos ko pa pala yung schedule para lang sumabay sa'yo.
And then you emailed me. I got an email. I said, sino si Ramon Argonza? I don't know his real name.
Email? You
My
couldn't
email.
ask directly, gano'n?
Hindi. Kasi she was like on the other side of the floor.
Oh.
Ang alam ko lang na
Nasa
pangalan
SK
niya.
ako eh.
Ang alam ko lang kasi na pangalan niya is just RP. I didn't know his real name is Ramon
So,
Pedro Argonza.
nandun ako sa dulo, ang ano namin at that time, ang floor map namin at the time was, yung office, hindi siya office, cubicle lang. Yung cubicle ko was literally right outside yung cubicle ng operations manager. Okay, kasi at that time yung operations manager namin noon medyo hindi siya consistent. Lagi siya napapalitan, kumbaga na pwesto. So the person na papalit always needs to be appraised of what's happening on the floor. And kami na kasi yung pinaka nakakaalam as the level 2 team, the SK team at that time. Ganun ka-importante yung SK team na panahon yun eh. Kasi super startup pa lang talaga. But then eventually, everything got, fixed and okay naman. So being na nandun ako sa kabilang dulo, as in talagang dulo, hindi ako madaling makita. Puwera na lang pag sinasadya ako puntahan.
Ay, may ganyan.
May scene na ganito, pare.
Ano?
May scene na pupunta sa akin, pwede nga meron ng jacket. Gaganon ako. Sasabihin ko, sure, no problem. Binigay ko yung jacket sa loob ko. Ang daming tao dun sa paligid niya. Bakit sa akin siya pupunta para humingi ng jacket? Alam na.
Well, obviously, I also had an infatuation.
Yun. Yeah.
That's quite obvious.
So the thing that I'm thankful for is nung nakita ko nga siya na I was super attracted to her physically, I'm thankful na it wasn't a one-way street naman pala. It was happening to the both of us. So at least that part, sinuwerte ko.
Okay. So nice story. Very good story. How about the second one in in healthy relationship?
Kasali ba ako dito?
Oo, di ba,
Dapat sila.
Okay, pero maganda. Since sinabi na ni Chris.
Sige.
So, Ryan, paano ba kayo nagkakilala ni Doc Steph?
Actually, high school eh. So, 4th year high school ako noon. So, way
Wow,
back
high school sweetheart pa ito.
ano siya? First year, second year high school. So, 4th year high school ako, kumbaga, PMT days. Kumbaga, ano ba yan? ROTC?
ROTC.
Ang tawag doon. So, Master Sergeant kasi yung rank ko.
Wow.
Nag-CAT ka?
Master Sergeant.
Siya din pala, kahit RTC, successful din.
Hindi. So, yun. Kasi pag PMT, yung kumbaga every Thursday yun, kami yung kumbaga, tawag nun, mag-check sa mga classroom ng 4 or 5 p.m.
So may isang classroom ka na chinecheck.
Oo. So, nakita ko sila doon. Kasama yung teacher. Silang dalawa lang. Yung dalawa lang kami. So, kasama ko din yung medyo lower sa akin ng rank. So, inutusan ko siya, sabihan mo sila na ikat. Basta kalimutan ko na yung sinabi ko eh. Basta yun. And then, second namin na nakita, kumbaga, after nun, nagte-text na kami. So, nakuha ko yung number niya from a friend. Something. Oo. From a friend yun. Second namin nakita was way back in 2003. Yan na naman. Nag-date na. 2003.
Siguro yung tama ang dates, sir.
3-on-3 basketball. So, college na ako noon. So, bumalik ako dun sa school namin kasi dun yung hineld yung competition for national level.
So outsider ka? Hindi ka taga doon?
Hindi, taga doon ako. For Corpus Christi.
So,
pero graduate na ako.
Hindi ka na taga roon na nagkita kayo.
So, nung nagkita kami ulit, doon hineld yung 3-on-3 for national competition. So, yun, nagkita kami ulit. Kagaya ng sinabi ni RP is love at first sight nga.
Yeah.
So, yun. Di na yun tumigil eh. Text kami.
Pang ikaw nag-pursue?
Oo. Yeah. Kasi I saw something in her na parang I can't explain na parang I knew it that time na
Yun na yun.
Wow, yun na yun, sir.
Yes. So, yun, pinursu ko na. Actually, matagal eh. Bago naging kami eh. So,
so pinaligaw ka talaga muna?
Hindi naman. Kasi medyo mahirap makipagkita sa kanya. So,
Mahirap makipagkita in the sense na
like,
she has a
yung
very strict
time,
family.
Yes,
Okay.
college na din ako. High school, 4th year high school na siya noon. So, yun.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your story. Okay, let's move on to the topic again. So,
Ikaw, Chris.
so let's move on to the topic again.
Let it be known, Chris dodged the first meeting question. Okay. Move on to the next.
Moving on.
I'm glad you pointed that out, RP. Okay, so moving on. So were you guys always in a healthy, loving relationship?
Wow, that's a
Was
good
it always
question.
a good
question.
Yeah.
That's a great question, actually.
Sa amin, ni Wenie, truth be told, and we're not ashamed to say this. Obviously, every couple naman will have their ups and downs. Sa amin, nauna very early ang sobrang down. Okay? We were medyo destructive we fell into a destructive pattern, sort of. Yung tipong araw-araw, away, the smallest things, pag-aawayan namin. And one thing kasi is, si Wenie kasi is like me we're both alphas kasi. So, madalas kaming magbangga.
Mag-clash.
Oo. So, obviously ako, I want to do things my way. She also wants to do things my way. It took a while before, somebody had to, or somebody was
Compromise.
able to talagang establish authority. Me. So, pag tayo lang, ako, me, ang authority. So, ayun. So, to answer the question, no, we weren't always like this. Hindi naman kami laging, healthy. Hindi rin naman pangit. It's the normal things, I guess, na you would say. Si Wenie, she has a theory na regardless kung gaano kayo katagal, the time lang talaga na mag-uumpisa kayo mag-adjust with each other is when you get married. So, ayun.
Yeah.
So, talk us about siguro mga, how long would you say? Mga 5 years?
No, more than.
More than. Siguro 7 years to get to this point. And to put that into perspective, we've been married na 11 years. 12 na pala. Going 12. Yeah, 12 years. So, ayun. For the past 12 years, the first 7 years namin medyo challenging. It came to a point na talagang total kilala na ng isa't isa. How to appease a person. Ano ba yung mga gusto niya sa hindi niya gusto. Ano ba yung mga sasama ng loob niya sa hindi. Yung mga ganun ba. Then eventually we got to adjust. And I'm very proud to say na we are in a very healthy and loving situation right now. And it has been tremendously helpful.
Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
If I may add, I think you were there.
Oo.
So when we started, you witnessed everything, the hell that we've been through. And yeah, it really was hell.
Kasi Ryan, si Chris, nung time na first nag-live-in kami ni Wenie, tumira si Chris sa amin for a few months eh. Months lang naman, di ba? Months. For a few months. Hindi years. A few months. And just imagine how broke we were. We didn't have anything in that freaking apartment. Walang furniture. Alam mo, meron kami sofa bed na nasa sa floor.
Walang frame.
Walang frame. Yung sofa bed, hindi nga siya sofa bed eh. Para siyang
Mattress.
parang camping mattress na meron lang lump sa dulo, then iikot mo siya, pwede mo na siyang kargahin, then ilalatag mo siya, may unan na siyang kasama. Yun lang ang meron doon. Walang TV, walang ref, walang anything.
So when my parents visited us, they
Naawa sa
were
amin.
naawa sa amin. So they were the ones who bought the furniture, the TV, the sofa,
Kasi sa floor
the
kami
bed,
natutulog.
so on and so forth. And so
And si
yun
Chris,
nga.
okay lang. Makikitulog ako dyan. Sa floor lang kami natulog. Okay lang, sa floor lang din ako matulog.
So kami tatlo sa floor kami natutulog.
Naiga lang kami sa lapag. Wala kaming, Diyos ko.
Nasanay ka na din.
Grabe ka naman. Tingin mo na.
Kasi mukhang hindi natutulog sa lapag si Chris, no?
Ako ngayon hindi na siya natutulog.
Well, thankfully, yeah. That's past time.
But
So, ayun,
yun nga, so going back, you were able to witness what we've been through, and you're able to see how we are now. The transition from how bad, how terrible we were from now.
Magulo talaga dati. So those who are watching, if you're wondering, ano kaya yung gulo na tinutukoy nila? Just to give you an idea, dumating kami sa point na literally, dumarating sa point na paggising nyo pa lang, magkaaway na kayo eh. Hindi mo alam kung bakit eh. The one thing na I remember, because it was a funny story, I tried to surprise Wenie one time. Gumising ako, nauna ako magising sa kanya. So inisip ko, uy, bibili kong pandesal. Surprisahin ko kasi favorite niya magpandesal eh. Tulog pa siya. Di umalis ako, bili kong pandesal. Umaga to take note, this is like morning, 7 a.m., ganyan. Pagbalik ko, nakita ko siya nakaupo, nakasimangot na. Nakatingin sa akin, sabi, saan ka galing? Sabi ko, bumili kong pandesal. So may hawak akong plastic ng pandesal. Ba't hindi mo ako ginising? Sabi ko, teka, so surprisein nga kita. So yung intention ko was sweet Sinong kinita mo ron? Mga ganun. Sabi ko, oh my God, somehow, some way yung ganong kagandang intention turned into a fight. So that just shows kung gaano kami kagulo dati. And I'm not saying laging si Wenie yung nag-uumpisa ng away. Yun lang yung example na naaalala ko. Pero obviously, I had a lot of things din na ginagawa ko noon kasi I'm very hard to to live with I'm the kind of guy na walang alam gawin sa bahay. So I'm very thankful sa misis ko who puts up with me. Yung ganon. So, ayun, we weren't always in this position. Pero I'm thankful to God na we are there na.
But if I may, so with your story, you said that di ba, pang it's a hard time. May pang hell pa, di ba? Now, but you said that you had the intention to surprise her. Di ba? So I'm thinking like even if let's say it was like a bad time, even if it was hell, I assume both of you still wanted to do something good for the other person.
Oh,
Right?
man.
So what I mean, is that what made you stay together? Love?
Yeah, it was more of understanding kasi what it was all for. Okay, for my part, the number one I guess you could say fault, pero hindi pa nga rin necessarily fault kasi to a certain point gusto ko rin naman the number one fault ni Wenie would be yung sobrang pagiging selosa niya dati. Kasi dati insanely selosa. As in to the point na kung gusto mong hanapin si Saddam Hussein, kidnapin mo ako, tas sabihan mo siya, kasama ko si Saddam Hussein. Mahahanap niya yun, pare, promise. Okay? Matatrack niya yun. Not a chance. Yung ginawa ng US na may drone pa para mag-facial recognition, dude, mahina mga yun. Tumawag lang na sa misis ko, yun na yun. Nakatipid pa sila. Okay, so, ganun siya kasilosa dati. But, the point kasi was, number one, ang dating sa akin, siguro I was too naive to consider all of it. Pero ang dating kasi sa akin was, I have this unbelievably, pretty girl, na kung makabantay sa akin, sobrang bantay sarado. It's not exactly a bad situation to be in na merong ganyang kagandang tao na gustong-gusto, maya't-maya nakatingin sa akin, okay lang naman. So while masakit sa ulo na maya't-maya ako inaaway, kasi lahat na lang darating sa point na pag nakatingin ako dyan, may dumaan lang na babae dyan, tinitignan ko na raw yung babae, may mga ganong kasi klase kaming situation
Kulang na lang pa bumili ka ng yung sa babae.
Blinders.
Yung ganun.
I know.
Dali pa rin kasi kahit may ganon, basta may dumaan dyan,
Kailangan walang dadaan.
yari pa din So, but again, there was a part of me na sort of appreciated that. Kasi from my point of view, ang dating naman is, there could be worse things na pinag-aawayan namin. I could have a girlfriend na walang ginawa kundi gumimik, kailangan ko pang sunduin sa gimikan. And being who we were back then, that was something that we literally went through and I didn't like yung ganon. And this was a change of pace na yung pinag-aawayan namin is different, but it was more of yung sobrang desire to be with each other. So at that point, to me, it wasn't really a bad deal. It wasn't a bad thing. So a little part of me was, or not naman a little part, a big part of me appreciated that naman.
Nice.
Ako naman, when I tried to look back, and this was mga 14, 15, 16 years ago. Was it 16 years ago? Yeah. So, looking back...
Hindi naman. 14 years ago.
Yeah. So, looking back, I was very immature din kasi that time. And I think, to be fair to all women out there, when you are in a certain relationship kasi, women tend to, and I want to speak on behalf of all the women, and I'm sure there are also women na hindi rin naman ganito, but most women, they think this way. And so, when we are in, this type of relationship, sometimes we tend to get clingy. And because of that, we are immature in a way. And I'm very thankful din naman to RP kasi when I was that terrible, and yes, I am very terrible.
Hindi naman terrible.
I am.
Sige.
Trust me, I
Enjoy
am.
ko naman.
Feel ko ganyan talaga sila.
No. So when I was, yung ugali ko na that terrible, he was very supportive din naman. Yung sinabi niya kanina na there are things na when we fought, it was his fault. Actually, I can't remember of any. I think it all started with me lang. Inisip ko actually.
Pinagaganda ko na nga. Binawi pa.
Hindi, nung inisip ko lang, nung sinabi mo kasi.
Recorded to. Meron na akong proof from now on.
He was that supportive.
Na inamin niya.
Because of his support, 100% support, I was able to transform myself. Oo, it's a 360 transformation.
Malayo talaga.
Malayo talaga.
Even
you were there, diba?
Even she acknowledges na yung ugali niya dati is very different from how she is now.
And imaginein mo if this is who I am before, siguro ang layo na ng narating namin before pa. But
kasi byproduct din doon nangyayari dati. Dumating sa point na because nga nung sobrang pagkasilosa niya, sobrang pagkaklingi niya, dumating sa point na I literally said no to a couple of promotions eh. As in, we're talking about big time promotions. There was one time na I was being offered to head yung tawag dito, what was that? Recruitment ng isang company and for an exclusive account. Yung tipong I would be a recruitment manager for a specific account kasi this was a prime account. At the time, one of the most prime accounts in the entire Philippines. Okay. But when I saw the schedule na kailangan gawin, there was gonna be a caravan in Cebu, caravan in Davao, caravan in Pampanga, ganyan. And nakita ko 2-3 days, 4 days, 2 days. Nasa utak ko agad. Hindi normally iniisip mo, wow, so magkano kaya sweldo nito? Hindi ganoon eh. No, ako iniisip ko, papayagan kaya ako ni Wenie. 4 days ako mawawala, pupunta ako ng Cebu. Tapos, wag ka, ang kasama ko lahat girl, ako lang lalaki. Dalawa lang kaming lalaki.
Ay, GG yun.
Lahat ng kasama ko, lahat ng under sa akin would be girls.
Araw-araw kayo.
So you assume na hindi na pwede or may may...
Well, it was an assumption based on a very, very logical assumption. So I know, based from experience, sa mga tao na titrain na-train na ako matagal na. Okay, alam ko na yung mga pwede sa hindi. So having seen that, so these are the factors. It'll be 2-3 days away na hindi ko siya pwede isama. In hotels pa, kasi obviously companies would put you up in hotels. At ang kasama mo would be girls. Not to mention pa yung iisipin, syempre iniisip ng mga babae pag pupunta ka sa ibang lugar, magigimik kayo sa lugar na yun, you will try out stuff there, ganyan. So nasa isip ko na lahat yun na hindi pa pwede. So lapit ako sa boss ko.
Before you did that, nag-recruitment pa kayo somewhere
kasi
in
I tried one eh. Malapit lang, Manila lang. Hindi, Pampanga lang. Dude, she was able to track me, ha? So, bago ko pumunta doon, inaway niya ako eh. Obviously, I had to work. So, I left her. Papasok muna ako, I'll deal with you tonight, blah, 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 blah. Then,
the following day, yun na yung recruitment nila in Clark, in Fontana. Nag-away kami nun.
Kasi ayaw niya akong papuntahin.
Kasi ayaw
Remember, this is work, ha? This is not gimmick, this is not outing, this is for work.
But despite that fight, he still left. And which now, when I look back, I understand naman pala talaga.
Pero ito yung malupit doon, pare. Nung di nag-away kami, tawag ng tawag, pinagpatayan ko ng phone. Pinagpatayan ko ng phone. Kasi nasa car kami. Nasa car kami, kasama ko yung boss namin, business leader namin, operations manager namin, ako, another guy, and then the driver's Kuya Sherwin. Okay. Take note, si Kuya Sherwin, the first time I met him was that day. The first day ko siya makilala. Okay, that was the only thing I know about him. His name is Kuya Sherwin and he's a driver. And like about 1 hour, 2 hours into the drive, nag-ring phone niya. Sagot siya, hello? Sabi ko, yes, kasama ko ma'am, saglit lang. RP, may call para sa'yo. Sabi ko, ha? Sabi ko, Kuya, sino kilala mo na kilala ko? Kuya Sherwin, first time nga itang nakilala ngayon. Paggangat ko, hello? Sabi niya, ba't pinagpatay mo ko na? Oh my God! Paano mo nahawak tong number na to? Ako nga walang number niyan.
Tahimik yung buong van, ha? So, rinig.
So when I declined the position that was being offered to me, my boss was she understood. She said na okay, I know why. So but what happened there was she told me talaga, do you understand what you're walking away from? Obviously you are doing this because you are being given this because at this point in time you have a certain amount of performance that merits a certain kind of reward. It's not pag nag-perform ka ngayon habang buhay, the reward will be waiting. It doesn't work like that. RP, I told her, yes boss, I understand. So if I walk away from this now, I'm walking away from it forever. I can't assume na it will be just waiting for me. Okay, kasi at that time I was choosing Obviously nga, I was looking at Wenie as somebody na I wanted to spend my life with versus a job na I possibly
3 years lang.
can move away from din naman. So that's how I weighed it na sige, I'll let this job go and I'd focus more muna dito. In my thought process that time was I need to first fix yung kung ano man yung problema namin Wenie. Once all of that fixed, everything will follow naman. And buti naman, tama pala yung ginagawa kong yun. See, I was a young kid doing strategies in my head. Thank God, tama yung iniisip kong strategy.
So how did you guys fix it? How did you go from the transition between hell to a healthy? Was there a specific moment, a specific circumstance, instance?
You know what's amazing about RP is
Oh.
ever
Ganyan ka
since,
supportive yung asawa ko.
every day. Ito yung tipong ang pangit pa ng ugali ko nito every day, he always tells me I love you. Every morning yan. Every morning. And then, anytime in a week, he always comes up with surprises. Either a surprise visit, a surprise flower, a surprise cookie. Alam mo, kahit mga small things. And every day, he constantly gives me, positive affirmations. And I think because of that, unti-unti na bago yung perception ko sa buhay. Yung sinasabi nila na love is the greatest.
Love is the cure for everything.
Yeah, love is the cure for everything.
Actually,
It was
nagbigay
really
sa
true.
So ayun, again, I only knew two things, no. The first thing was I knew na I wanted to spend my life with Wenie. I knew this was it. Okay? The second thing was there was only one strategy na I know that can transform somebody into a loving person, and that strategy I got from my mom, which is just overflowing shower of love. Yun lang talaga. So my mom was the one who gave me that strategy, quote unquote, na ang kailangan mo lang gawin, ipakita mo lang kung gaano mo siya kamahal, gaano ka ganito, ganyan, and she will eventually get it. So yun ang ginawa ko. It took a long time.
Yeah,
But
oh my God.
but it did work.
Okay.
Now the thing with Wenie naman kasi is there would be, so to those who are watching, they may say no na I've been doing that. I've been showing naman the same kind of love and affection to my significant other, pero nothing is changing. Two things may be happening. Baka mamaya there is the possibility na you're not doing it right. Okay, baka mamaya yung akala mong love and attention and affection na kailangan niya, tipong wag ka lang mag-basketball ng once a week. Pero all 6 days, kasama mo pa rin barkada mo, laro, inom, gimmick. That's not enough. Okay? It needs to be from the point of view na talagang if your goal is life tipong goals, you need to be making life-altering decisions. That's one. The other thing is, there's the possibility rin naman talaga na baka hindi deserving yung tao na yun. The thing with Wenie naman, in fairness, the reason I got to say na hindi, I'll just give it everything, I'll just wait until na she gets to a point na she appreciates everything na I do is because I saw it naman. Kasi again, ang pinag-aawayan naman namin was not normal stuff. Hindi naman kami nag-aaway dahil wala nang ginawa yung misis ko, hindi mag-shopping o dahil gumimik kasama friends. Hindi naman ganun eh. She was always there. She always took care of us. She always took care of me. It was just masyado siyang nagseselos. Hindi ako maka-grasp ng opportunities. And again, I was weighing stuff na it was a problem, yes, but it's a problem na I think was still okay. I didn't see it as manageable. I hear problems from my friends right now. Some of my friends na yung asawa ko masyadong clingy, masyadong ganito, masyadong ganyan. Another way to look at it is, gusto ko lang naman niya kasama lagi. Okay? Sometimes, yeah, it does get annoying, but trust me, there are worse problems to have. There are those problems na, again, you can end up with someone who doesn't understand what it takes to build a family. And that's an even, worse problem to have than just somebody who wants to spend all the time with you na mawala ka lang, nagagalit na. Yun, mas madaling i-cure yun eh. So, another thing kasi then is, in terms of fixing, sort of quote-unquote, your relationship, is understanding what the problem is muna. Okay? And if it needs fixing in the first place. Kasi marami rin naman akong alam na nung una naiinis sila sa pagkaklingi, pero nung hindi na naklingi, nung hindi ka na hinahanap, ikaw naman ngayon nagagalit. May ganun naman. So, yeah. Understand, like, again, this is, obviously, I look at everything from a business standpoint, no? Yung business strategical meetings natin, the first step is always understanding the problem. And solving the problem is first step, understanding the problem. Same thing here. Whatever the problem is a relationship nyo, you understand it first. Okay, and then you solve it. Ka-triage ka rin kung ano yung mga importante sa hindi importante.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wala na.
Very sage advice.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So, going back to our topic, diba? How does so aside from the loving, the understanding, the caring for each other, what other trait did your relationship make you successful in business?
Trait.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Or what
Dami niyan. How many traits do you want? One trait.
Three. Madami pala. 3.
Hindi, ang dami nga niyan. So
Yeah. So what ano pa na ba yan? How does a good relationship or a good relationship help you in your entrepreneurial success?
That's very nice. You want to take this one first?
Siguro the one trait na ako personally I was able to have because of the byproduct of what he's doing for me was to always look at the positive of every situation. Before kasi I always tend to I'm actually a very toxic person. And I guess that's the reason why.
Hindi naman, sobra naman. Mamaya kung ano naman isipin nila. Guys, medyo to those who are listening, medyo when I said earlier na si Wenie, when she keeps saying na she wasn't a good person before, she wasn't like she wasn't like a devilish type of person naman. And then when she says na toxic, it wasn't like sobrang taong negative, sobrang ganon. It was more like wala lang pang proper direction lang na.
Kumbaga yun
she was very passionate kasi. She was extremely passionate but nowhere to direct that passion towards. Yun lang naman yun.
Normal yun sa mga bagong relationship.
But if you know what you're getting, that passion can sometimes be one of the best things that you can ever have. Remember, passion wins war.
No, I think it comes from a very self-aware kind of state, right? Like just see it out how it is.
Yes.
That's how it was, and because you understand that you're not like that now. So
Yeah.
parang mas confident mo na sabihin na ganun ka talaga dati.
Actually, that's one thing that we're very proud of. Wenie and I, we try and practice. As you know, I have a self-awareness module now. We try and practice self-awareness.
Oh, okay. So I was your understudy.
Sort of.
Actually, that's true.
So, ganyan kami. We try and understand ourselves. Remember, I have this thing. I look at myself last year compared to this year. Ano na ba ako ngayon? Ganyan. Kasi I know it's very important. So that's what she's doing also. That's why we're very comfortable in our skin saying na dati, we're not like this. That's why you hear me dati na meron ako loser mentality nung bata ako. Ganyan. So si Wenie rin, she acknowledges na she wasn't exactly the best person during this time. But, that makes wonders din kasi talaga. Again, going back, for you to address any problem, you must first understand what the problem is.
And I think that's something common between you, like, Ryan and Steph, and then you guys. So you said you look at yourself, a year, like you
Year
goals. I
after
think
year, yeah.
Ryan and Steph also does, right? You
Similar.
goal setting, right? So I guess that's suggestion, I guess, that we can give the viewers? That they
Yeah,
should
very
do?
important yun, guys. If you have kasi if there's someone else in the world, yung pati isa sa amin, we make sure na we know each other. Na kailangan, as much as I know myself, kailangan kabisado rin ako ni Wenie and kabisado ko rin siya. Kasi kung hindi pa yung taong kasama mo sa buhay ang may makakaalam ng ganun katindi sa'yo, sino pa? Di ba? So it's very important kasi it's really the key to success is self-awareness.
Okay. So you think there should be like a formal setting, like, okay, let's sit down, let's talk about our future, like that?
Yes, but it is important to understand that it doesn't
was-
happen in just one
It's part
sitting.
of the process.
Part of the process, but it's not.
It's not.
I wouldn't say na it's a formal setting na, every Sunday kailangan may ganitong time tayo. It's a gradual process, but you need to make sure and you need to siguro spend really,
Time.
one
On it.
Yeah,
Time
time on
together,
it.
yes.
Time together
And-
and just discuss things.
Tsaka there needs to be somebody who hindi kasi pwede na na parehas kayong mentor eh.
Yeah.
Okay? A relationship is a mentor-mentee relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? There will be some, and hindi lang naman pag may isang mentor na siya na mentor all the time. There would be a give and take type of relationship. Sa amin ni Wenie, there are things mostly in business, ako yung mentor sa amin, but more on the personal side, siya ang mentor sa amin. There would be times na you need to learn from each other so that you both can grow from each other. And being a mentor, kailangan na iintindihan mo rin when to apply those situations. Okay? Kasi the goal really is for you guys to keep on growing together to the point that it becomes very comfortable and, positive na, supportive type of relationship. Yung pinaka nature ng relationship nyo is so supportive na achieving goals becomes easy.
True.
Yeah, very
That's
true.
the goal. That's the simplest goal.
The process. Along the way, you will make adjustments.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
sorry na tangent tayong mabilis. To go back, what's the one trait? Is just the one trait, no? What's the one
If
trait?
you want to name more, go ahead.
No, so you were saying earlier, sorry, nakat kita. What's the one trait that you believe you can that has helped you become a better entrepreneur, or does it help you achieve, the entrepreneurial success
Yeah.
na
Sagot
from
ko
our
doon
relationship?
was self-awareness. And yun nga, because I was self-aware of the things that I was not before and the things that I am now, I was able to use that to my advantage with, starting my business.
Ako, the one trait ni Wenie na I can say na talagang nakatulong sa akin to achieve whatever this is na I'm enjoying right now is yung support na binibigay niya sa akin. As in, like what I said earlier, a lot of times, ako yung nakakakuha ng puri eh. I'm the one who gets all the praise. RP, ang galing mo naman. At this age, meron ka ng ganitong company, ganyan, successful, ganyan. Ang galing-galing mo, ikaw sobrang husay ng ginagawa mo. When a lot of times they don't understand na while I may be the one in front, a lot of it comes din kasi from Wenie herself kasi she empowers me. She's the one who supports me in things that I do. Kung dati hindi ako makapaghabol ng opportunity because iniisip ko yung kailangan niyang gawin, ngayon it's the complete opposite na. When I see an opportunity, I want to ask her na nga muna eh. Kasi now she's the one who tells me muna, oh, go for it, gawin mo to, ganyan mo dyan. She's very supportive. And yung ganong klaseng support system na meron kami right now, it becomes very easy dumiskarte. Kasi now I don't have to think about yung kung ikagagalit ba ito o ano ba to. Now I know na ano man mangyari dyan, pumalpak man ako kasi hindi naman lahat ng gagawin ko tama eh. May mga times na magkakamali ako. Pumalpak man ako, I know na she has my back. I know na she will still support me, and if it is a failure, I know na I won't be the only one fixing it. We'll be fixing it together. So because of that, thank God I don't have too many failures naman so far. And I think the main trait that has helped me to get there is that support system na meron si Wenie for me. And it's really helpful talaga when you're in an environment right now na kumbaga overflowing ang support. It's really easy to see other parts of, whether it be business, personal, kung ano man yung gusto mo i-achieve, other parts of it to truly capitalize on. So the one trait na I will say in our relationship that has helped me tremendously as far as achieving, the success that we have right now, would be the support system that we've built for ourselves.
Okay, very good, very good. How about you, Ryan? So I understand one of our last podcasts, you did say that si Steph is one of your inspirations, diba? Getting through your hardships.
Yes.
Any other trait that you find has helped you achieve success?
Actually, it's almost the same with
Same.
RP.
Okay.
She's very supportive. Yun. And pinupush niya ako para ma-achieve yung goals namin. Kasi sometimes, medyo tinatamad ka. Yun. Yun, making decisions. Kasi there are some decision na it's not successful. Pero she's always there. And yun, hindi din siya maarte pagdating sa food or kahit sa ibang bagay. Kasi she came, yung family nila medyo
Well off.
Oo.
Well,
So, yun, hindi siya picky. Kain siya kung anong serve mo. Yun. She's supportive. Very, very supportive. And loving.
Yun.
Very nice.
See?
Very nice.
So those who are listening, guys, as much as we hate to admit it, the girls really do run the world.
Oh, totoo yun. Actually, dati nga, bago pa kami sa relationship namin, sabi ko, kumbaga, ganun din, same, selosa, yung mga ganun, ayaw ako mag-basketball, sabi ko, hindi, ako masusunod, ako lalaki. Pero in the long run, yan, train ako. Sabi ko, how to train your dragon. Ikaw na yung, siya na yung trainer, ako na yung dragon.
Oo, no? Sabihin natin, tayo yung dragon eh.
Oo.
Yung kaso, ang dragon natin train.
Natitrain yun. So, yun. It's a process.
That's true.
Okay.
And it's really nice, no? Nakakatuwa talaga. Nakakatuwa na to have that that type of relationship. And sobrang na-appreciate ko siya ngayon because nga sa pinagdaanan namin dati.
Yeah.
So yung hirap na pinagdaanan namin dati, makes it a lot sweeter now.
Totoo yun.
Okay.
Mas
So-
maalala mo yun.
So what I get is supportive, the support, the self-awareness,
The loving.
support. So does that mean that, because those kind of traits you don't have to get from a significant other?
Yeah, pero iba
Right?
kasi if it does come from a significant other.
No,
Okay,
I'm
so
saying
kasi
for the,
ganito.
for the people who are single, I assume they can get that kind of same traits
From the family.
from
True.
Yes.
Well, then this would not necessarily apply to them kasi the title of this podcast is.
I'm just saying.
Pero totoo 'yun kasi ako meron akong paniniwala na ang isang especially lalaki, no. Dapat mama's boy. Dapat mama's boy talaga. As in to the point na yung paggalang mo sa nanay mo sobrang taas.
Yeah.
Kasi I firmly believe na magta-translate yan sa kung paano mo galangin at itrato yung asawa mo.
True.
Kasi ako, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm big time mama's boy ako eh.
that's true.
That's a big deal. And the one thing kasi mom and dad ko hiwalay sila, no? The one thing na I have to give credit sa dad ko naman, I've always heard them say this, paulit-ulit yan, lalo na pag pinagagalitan ako, na bastusin mo na lahat, kahit bastusin mo pa ako, tatay mo, wag na wag kong malalamang babastusin mo yung nanay mo. Yung nanay mo, igagalang mo yan with the highest respect possible. So, that's something na laging talagang na-implant sa akin ng todo na natutunan ko sa kanya. And now, obviously, tinuturo ko rin sa mga anak ko yun na kailangan ngayon maging super mama's boy kayo kasi practice yan eh. Practice yan on how to treat a woman correctly. Kung paano mo igagalang yung nanay mo pag nagkapamilya ka na at yung asawa mo siya na yung nanay ng pamilya, alam mo kung paano siya dapat igalang dun sa bahay na yun.
Yes.
Buti na mama's boy din ako. Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
Team mama.
Okay. So yeah, I guess the last question I would have is, what would you say for those people who are in a
Crappy
toxic-
relationship, yeah.
toxic, crappy relationship? I mean, because I understand that.
Advice portion na ito.
Yeah, because I understand.
Okay.
so you guys have healthy relationships, so it translated to your to your business success. I assume if you have crappy relationship, that it would also translate to your business,
It will
right?
affect.
It will affect the business success.
This is a good question. I like it. Sige. So ask the question, Chris.
So what would you say to people who are in a relationship that is also toxic? Should they like continue on? Should they, how do they build that and to make it a healthy one so it can translate to their success in business?
Well, Chris, that is a very nice question. I like it. Siguro, para maiba-iba naman, let's start the question this time with Ryan naman. So Ryan, so let me rephrase it a little bit. Let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it a little bit. Kasi this is a business podcast. Ryan, the question is this. What advice can you give to people who are, as Chris put it, in a relationship that is toxic or not a nurturing, not in a good relationship, who is currently not in a good relationship? What advice can you give those couples, those people, no, so that it can help them be more successful?
I guess for me it depends on the situation. Kumbaga, example na lang is if your significant other lagi niyang kumbaga yung mga decision mo kumbaga lagi niyang inaayawan. Okay, or yung mga decision mo na nag-fail lagi niyang binabalik.
Sinusumbat ba? Ganon.
Sinusumbat. Mali kasi ng gano'n. Hindi ka kasi nakikinig sa akin.
So, anong advice mo pag ganon?
Siguro mahababa yung process na yun. Trust each other. And understand your partner. Siguro if you've been in a long relationship na or matagal na kayo, siguro by that time, makikilala mo siya kung ano talaga yung mga strengths niya and weakness. Yeah. So, siguro from there, you can build something about trust, making decision for the better, hindi lang para sa'yo, for the both of you. Yung parang ganun. So it could help your relationship to grow.
Wow. So your driving point right now is to build more trust on each other. Okay. Good answer. Miss Wenie, our special guest for today, what advice can you give those couples who are currently not in a good relationship to help them be in a better relationship and ultimately hopefully transition that or translate that into more business success?
Mahaba-habang usapan yan. But I guess ang pinakamagandang advice na pwede kong sabihin on top of building trust is siguro they need to reflect. Kailangan talaga ng matinding reflection if they wish to proceed with their relationship. Kasi there is no point in building relationship when at the end of it pala hindi naman pala talaga kayo yung magkakatuluyan. So they need to do a lot of reflections, try to establish awareness, self-awareness, their strengths and their weaknesses. Kasi from then on, they'd be able to look for a better solution that would better themselves as partners, that would eventually transition into better judgment, better decision-making when it comes to doing business. So, I'll be going back to self-awareness pa rin talaga. Apart from establishing relationship based on trust and love.
Wow.
Good.
Good answers. Ang lalalim. So we have, si Ryan is to build stronger trust between the two of you.
Yeah.
Si Wenie is to be more aware of the two of you. And did you say na, para tama ba yung dinig ko na kailangan ma-figure out nyo muna kung kayo talaga ang magiging magkasama. Kasi otherwise, walang point lahat na i-build.
Exactly.
Yun ang medyo mahirap, no? You need to be sure na sa taong kasama mo.
Yes.
Okay, now, however, if kasal na yun eh.
Wala nang choice.
Oh, sure ka na. So, hindi ka naman nagpakasal sa taong yun for
kung
no
hindi mo siya
reason.
mahal.
You saw something and she
Yes.
saw something in you. You guys saw something in each other, kaya kayo nagpakasal. So, being that it is, you now need to move on from thinking, ito na ba talaga makakasama ko? And start
help each
building na. Okay, it's very good advice. Very good advice. Ako, I will, again, based from personal experience. Ay, hindi. Pero teka, guys.
Si Chris muna.
Pwede naman natin tanungin si Chris eh. Advice naman to eh.
Advice, tama.
So, Chris,
How about you, Chris?
what is the advice?
Hindi ako prepared dito
Oh, alam ko nga. Kaya nga kita biglang siningit eh.
Oo nga.
So this is a
Nakabawi
surprise.
So, Chris, what is the advice na you will give couples? Let's say new couples, okay?
Ayan.
New couples,
Very
no?
timely.
Oo,
I like the question.
within the first few years. Siyempre, sa umpisa, magulo pa talaga eh.
Yes.
Ano yung maibibigay mong advice sa kanila?
New couples?
Oo, as far as building a stronger relationship that will eventually translate into business success.
Oh. Okay. Sige, geto.
I got you.
Geto. So, I think so. Of course, the early stages are where pang nangingilala pa kayo, di ba? So, more than likely talaga, you're gonna have to accept that madami kayong magiging away. Okay?
Okay.
That is pang common, di ba? I assume, hindi naman siguro pag tumagal, malamang mag-aaway pa rin. But I think you should not shy away sa away because as long as it leads up to constructive, better building, right, your relationship. So you have to build the foundation, and then you have to understand if tama si Wenie, if this girl or the significant other has the qualities that you want to build a life with. And then from there, that you have to work on it. So it is a continuous process.
Chris, how would you know, ikaw, personally?
Right now.
How would you know if you are with a person, bago pa lang eh. It's hard to demand from somebody, no, na bago pa lang tayo. Pero kailangan malaman ko na agad if I'm gonna be settling down with you. Kung ikaw na ba yung mapapangasawa ko. So how would you know that?
It's a good question.
Okay, geto. It's a good question, diba? So
And I think
it's-
she's listening right now.
Mahirap maging part ng Founders Podcast, guys.
Tama yun.
You can expect for the next 2 episodes, wala ako. Baka mabawian ako.
Hindi, so how do I know?
Yes.
No, not necessarily for you, di ba? Pero what advice would you... Kasi kayong dalawa ni Wenie, you guys both agree na before we start working on building this up, kailangan, alam ko na muna na you're gonna be the person I'm building this up with.
Yeah.
Good advice. But then the person that you're giving advice to may ask you in return. How would I know if this person is...
The
Yun
one.
nga, oo.
So I think there are certain qualities that you look for, and at the very least, as long as they have those qualities, then you can find out over time if you should continue.
Good answer. Kulang na lang doon. World peace.
Safe.
Hindi, yun nga. So if supportive ba siya, is
Yan. Pero sometimes you can't know eh. Like again, si Wenie
take time.
has repeatedly said earlier na in the beginning she wasn't like that. But then now I can't realize my life without her kasi nga she is the main secret weapon I have. So she became
I have
that.
the key that holds.
Oh, but it didn't get to this part until like 5, 6, 7 years into the game.
It's true.
No, but like I said a while ago, right? So you still had days where you wanted to show affection, right? But because there were certain qualities at that time that you valued a lot. So what you valued at that time was not the supportive, there was something else.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Oh, sige. Now I'm ready to give my answer. Okay, in connection to in connection to what you guys were saying. So you were saying self-awareness. So you were saying self-awareness and understanding your partners more so that you will know whether or not you want to settle down with him or her. Okay, to eventually build that life together. Ako, and I'm gonna answer this based from experience. Like what Wenie said earlier, as far as traits are concerned, we didn't. First of all, I was a kid, 20-some-year-old kid. I didn't know what kind of trait I should be looking for in a person I wanted to marry. So as far as si Wenie is concerned, I just saw her and I knew I wanted to be with her, period. I didn't even know what it was. Other than from a physical standpoint, I know na I'm really, really, really infatuated with how she looks. That's it. As far as ugali, I didn't know. Again, hindi ko alam ang gusto ko bang asawa ay yung asawa na mahilig manood ng TV. Ang gusto ko ba yung magaling sa bahay? Ang gusto ko ba, and then actually I did know na gusto ko magaling sa bahay. Okay, that part I do know. But gusto ko ba yung pagkakausap ko kailangan maikipagdebate pa sa akin. May mga ganun kasi na challenges you intellectually and ganyan. So again, as a kid, I did not know any of this. Okay?
Yes,
But
true.
then every day kami nag-aaway. Okay, the one thing na importante is ako, I would say, instead of looking for traits in her, understand more the traits that you need. Okay? Ako personally, more on an inside looking out ang datingan. Okay, like for example, when I saw Wenie, or when we were, una kami nag-live in and we got to experience nga life together, yes, every day kami nag-aaway, but like what I said earlier, ang pinag-aawayan kasi namin, as far as what I'm concerned, are grown-up stuff eh. Okay, ang pinag-aawayan namin were stuff like, gusto ko magkasama tayo lagi. Gusto ko stuff like, gusto ko pag may gagawin ako, nandiyan ka. Gusto ko pagka may lalakarin ka, alam ko. Ganun eh. Hindi stuff like, nasasan ka na naman kagabi, hindi ka na naman umuwi kagabi. Gumimik ka na naman with your friends, hindi ko alam kung ano, lasing ka na naman, o ikaw, wala ka nang ginawa kundi mag-shopping, ikaw naman, pasyal na naman kayo ng pasyal. Yung mga kaibigan mo, walang ginawa kundi mag-chismis. Hindi ganun eh. It wasn't teenage problem stuff ang pinag-aawayan namin. So ako personally, I was in a part of my life nung nagiging kami na I consider those problems as problems na, adulting problems, ika nga. Problems na I will eventually have if this is the life na I want to take. And those problems are in line with the person I want to be. More on family stuff eh. Kasi si Wenie, one thing pa na sobrang gustong-gusto ko sa kanya, ang pinaka-vision niya. Na I hate it, yes, kasi I'm afraid of flying. But again, it's far better than any other vision na nakikita ko with other women. Ang vision niya is mamasyal kaming pamilya. Okay? And ibibida ko lang ha. Nung nag-Europe kami, again, sabi na naman sa akin, RP, ang galing naman ng bata-bata mo pa, nag-Europe na kayo. Wala akong binayaran doon. Si Wenie lahat ang nagbayad noon. That's how unbelievably successful my wife is. She paid for our entire Europe trip. Okay, so ayun, ganun kagaling niya. Anyway, so yun ang mga vision niya eh. Na yes, magastos, wala namang babaeng hindi magastos, pero yung gastos more towards family.
Family related.
Pasyal tayo rito, dalhin mo yung mama mo, dalhin mo yung mami ko, dalhin natin yung mga anak natin. Wala akong say. Nakaka-bad trip, pero again, it's a family thing. O punta tayo rito, lahat tayo. Wala na naman akong say. Hindi, alam nyo, hindi ako mapasyal. Lalo na pag sasakay ng aeroplano, ayokong sasakay ng aeroplano. Talking about it, kinakabahan na nga ako eh. So, yung mga ganon, again, you gotta understand in yourself, yes, there will be problems, but are these problems na you will eventually have it for the certain lifestyle na you want? Now, I would understand if this is different, if you're in a part of your life na a gimmick is a very big deal sa'yo. So, and don't get me wrong, hindi ko yun, I'm not trying to say that to ridicule or parang to make it sound mababa. There are just some ganun. Kasi, mali mo, DJ ka or band ka. Hindi pwedeng mawala sa buhay niyo yung pagpunta sa mga bar. I understand that. So, kung ang problema nyo is yung wife mo or yung girlfriend mo is always in bars and ganyan, then it may not be as big of a deal sa'yo than it is sa akin. Kasi, again, that is the life na pinagkikilusan mo eh. Okay, so understand yung mga ganon. Kung ano yung pinag-aawayan nyo, is it still in line with kung ano yung goals mo in life? Like what you said earlier, it's okay na magkaroon ng away. As long as yung away na yon is building up to a better relationship.
Kumbaga, ready na kayo or in-structured yun na.
Yes.
For the,
So,
For your family.
yes.
so there are couples right now na sasabihin, wala na kaming ginawa. RP kundi mag-away. True. Pero, are you understanding kung ano yung pinag-aawayan nyo? Sometimes kasi it doesn't, kasi sasabihin, hindi, wag, tigilan nyo na kasi mag-away. Sometimes it can't be helped eh. Sometimes kailangan nyo mag-away to just
Solve it.
straighten things out.
Yeah.
Like kami ni Wenie, and she knows this, I actually pick fights in certain issues, especially certain ugali na I need to curve out of her. I choose my fights wisely. Okay? So, mga naikinig na lalaki dyan, remember this. In fights, it is very rarely na we win against our women.
True.
But, we do have a few of those. And those few times na pwede kang manalo, pick your spots wisely.
Yes.
Okay? Hindi pwedeng lagi na lang silang mananalo even sa mga ugali na hindi talaga dapat. Pag mga ugali hindi dapat, push baka ng onte. Slowly but surely, eventually, she will understand na hindi pala ako dapat ganito.
That's good.
Yeah, very good advice. Yeah.
Actually, because of yung huling sinabi niya, it made me to where I am now. Kasi I was also an alpha. Hindi ako nagpapatalo din eh. We have, you know, we're on the same wavelength.
And very important when you're doing that, they need to understand na what you want naman is for the better of everyone. Kailangan ikagaganda ng lahat. Hindi naman siya selfish reason. If it's a selfish reason, trust me when I tell you, you will not win. Umaway ka na ng lahat, wag yung asawa mo. Yan yung mahirap talunin eh. The moments na mananalo ka, kailangan may importance. No? Kailangan may point yung ipapanalo mo. Parang
Tama yan,
Independence
tama yan.
Day yan. No? Kapag lalaban ka sa asawa mo, parang general ka eh. Teka lang. Is this worth fighting for?
Kasugod na sugod.
Pag naipanalo ko ba to, will this make a difference down the road? Pagka hindi, dude, lay down your weapon, let her win.
Yes.
Pero during the times na it will make a difference sa history nyong dalawa, dude, lumabang ka ng todo. Ano ba naman yung 1-2 linggo na mag-aaway kayo for like 10 years of she understanding, hindi ako that ganon. O, di ba? So, we don't win all the time. We win very, very small number of times lang. But we make sure those wins count. That's it, pare. That's the
tama
strategy.
Tama yun. Chris.
Tama. Okay. Very, very nice. So, basically, you gauge or you understand the quality of problems that you're having with your significant other.
Kasi sometimes it's not I give this advice to a lot of people, no? Kasi, so may mga tatanong sa RP, yung ganda naman relationship ni Wenie, paano ba maging ganyan. Honestly, hindi naman sobrang ganda. And by the way, I don't want to say na perfect kami. We do have problems. We still do until now. Nag-aaway pa rin kami every now and then. Hindi na lang kasing haba ng dati. Siyempre, medyo matured na. Pag nag-aaway ngayon, after a few hours, one of us realizes kung sino yung mali, and then we say sorry, and then okay na ulit.
No, actually, it's not even that eh. Sorry to cut.
It's okay.
It's not even that. Pagka nag-away kami, it's very constructive. No? Kumbaga, few minutes, I understand na yes, nag-away kami, pero hindi kami apektado personally.
That's all you need to
I don't
understand.
know, did I say it right?
Kung yung pinag-aawayan nyo ba is, kasi may context ng pag-aaway eh. Pag pinag-aawayan nyo, for example, for business, edi yung galit for business lang din. Pag ang pinag-awayan nyo, self-ridiculing na yun, medyo malalim-lalim na. Pag ang pinag-awayan nyo, pagsita na ng pamilya na may pamilya, yun, medyo personal na yung mga ganon. So, it needs to be put under context eh. Kung normal na away lang naman dahil hindi kayo nag-agree sa isang episode ng Peaky Blinders, mga wala naman yun. Normal na away lang. Dati kasi kami, walang level eh. Isa lang ang level ng away. Ano man yung pinagmulan, ang away, yung highest level ng away eh. Kahit na yung away na bumili lang ako ng pandesal, yung away nun, dulo nun, tipong hiwalayan style eh.
Yeah.
Pero when you get more mature, you get to, put it into context a little bit more.
Kasi nag-a-adjust din kayo.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's very true. And as you age, habang tumatanda ka, yun
Nakikilala
nga
niyo yung
nagmamature.
isa't isa.
Correct.
Mas
Ay,
nakikilala.
mga tama ng mga mali. Uy, konti lang yun. Wala naman na yun.
Tsaka ba tumatanda mo, tagal lang, mahirap ng, alam mo yun, dumandam.
Oo.
Tanda ka na eh.
So, yung pag nag-away kami, yung mga oras lang. Pati na. Pero ako yung nakikipagpatay.
Matik naman yan. Ito, hindi tayo pwede magmalaki.
Oo. How to train your dragon nga.
Tipong galit ka, no? Pag galit ka, no? Alis na ako. Nasa isip mo, magkaaway kami, hindi niya ako pwedeng pagsabihan. Magte-text, umuwi ka na. Kasi ko, teka lang, magkaaway kami, umuwi ba ako? Umuwi ka na now. Pare, uwi na ako, pasensya na. Kailangan naiintindihan natin kung sino talaga ang batas.
Masaya yung buhay na gano'n. Naranasan ko pa dati yung pag sinabing enjoy.
Yun na.
Okay, sige, go ahead, enjoy. Oops, uwi na ako.
Code.
Code na yun.
Code yun
Oo,
for you have
pag
1 hour
namali ka
to
ng
get here.
basa, pag sumama ka doon, expect mo na pag-uwi mo.
There's always an
Oo.
underlying.
Oo.
Meron yung ganun ng mga
Ano,
girls.
Parang military lang din yun. May code.
Kailangan naiintindihan mo, no?
Oo.
Pag mga sinabing nagpaalam ka, no, pwede ba akong sumama sa outing na? Oo, okay lang. Kailangan magtanong ka ulit.
Ah.
Talaga ba? Okay lang? Hindi okay nga lang. Sige na, lumakad ka na. Even yung nagre-ready ka na ng damit mo, nag-impake ka na, pwede kaya talaga ako sumama? 2 beses na ako nabigyan ng permission eh. Sasama ba talaga ako rito? Magtatanong ka pa sa mga kaibigan mo, Ryan, pinayagan ka, Minister.
Masarap siya pag kumbaga titignan mo siya ngayon, kumbaga kung saan na yung state niyo of your relationship. Tapos yung mga dati niyo, matatawa na lang kami. Kasi inasal ko, galit ko dati. Pero ngayon wala na eh.
I will say this. Kapag pinagdaanan mo nga yung hirap na yun at nalagpasan nyo, what follows is really, really nice naman. Yun
that's
yun.
true.
So, like the old saying goes na kapag when you go through all the hard work, then obviously all the rewards is that much sweeter.
Yes.
So, yun naman yun. So, if you are, so to summarize, ang advice ni Chris is
For newly.
yung lean into the fight kasi it will lead into constructive naman.
As long as hindi siya paulit-ulit.
Hoy.
Uy, may
Ay,
ugat.
may pahabol.
Ay, para clear. Nagra-wrap up na ako.
Nag-wrap up na tayo.
I wasn't the one who
Kinuha ko yung mic eh. Oy!
hindi ako ang tumalon sa bridge na to, pare.
Gusto pa niya.
Sorry. Ganun. Tama ka.
Teka lang. When you say as long as hindi pa ulit-ulit.
Hindi, kasi nga. So, diba, I said kasi, diba, it's okay to have fights. Kasi sabi ko lang, syempre, if you have the same fight over and over again for a long period of time, hindi na siya...
But the tendency is, that'll happen talaga
That
eh.
happens.
It's
Oo,
normal,
it's-
especially yung pagka nag-uumpisa pa lang sa relationship.
Years, bro.
Yeah.
0 to 5 or more.
Years,
Years!
Oh,
Years.
man,
Bro,
And you know, yung
consider-
boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, that doesn't count. Iba pa yan. That's a different
yan yung theory
adjustment.
niya.
Wala akong...
Ang theory ni Wenie is, your official start date happens when you guys say I do.
Kumbaga, when I say na I do, I meant pagka magkasama na din kayo sa bahay. It's very different pagka hindi kayo magkasama.
True.
Let's say you're boyfriend-girlfriend for 3 years, pero hindi naman kayo magkasama sa bahay. It's different when you are in the same house. Kasi when you wake up and
Doon mo talaga makikita.
doon mo talaga makikita kung sino talaga yung kasama mo.
Good advice. Actually, nagbigay sa akin na advice na yan is si mama, yung mama niya, mother-in-law ko. Sinabi niya talaga sa akin na, RP, kailangan lumipat kayo ni Wenie yung bahay. Kasi when we were starting, obviously we were broke. Nakikitara kami sa bahay ng nanay ko. And advice sa akin ni mama niya, was, RP, kailangan kayo lumipat. Kasi hindi makakakilos si Wenie ng tama kung hindi sa sarili niyang bahay. At hindi kayo makakapag-umpisa ng buhay nyo. So, tama naman. One of the best advice na natanggap ko sa buhay ko. And, yun, we took a leap. Nangutang ako sa kapatid ko. Nabipat kami ng...
Ganun din. Ganun din naman sa akin.
Sige, take 2. Wrap up mo na.
Yeah. Siya ang nag-umpisa niyan, ha? Okay. For the record, I was
Wrapping
closing it up. Yeah. At kinuha pa yun.
Gulat mo kayo.
Meron may pinanghugutan. Basta hindi pa ulit-ulit.
Kasi the reason why, the reason why I say it naman is because, yun nga, to lean in kasi sa mga away, diba? But yun nga, if it stretches too long, months, years, then you may want to rethink what's going on. At least rethink how you're approaching it.
You will notice talaga sa room kung sino yung hindi kasali.
Yes.
Hindi nila alam yung sinasabi nila.
Sa amin nga, pare, nung nag-start kami ni staff, 4 years, kumbaga, yung malayong relationship tawag na.
Long distance.
Long
LDR.
distance.
Kasi nasa province ako, nandito siya sa Manila. So way back in 2005, tapos 2009, pumunta ako sa Manila para puntahan siya. So yun, nag-start na yung journey dito. Nag-work. Then 2012, 13, nag-live-in kami. So mas naging stronger. Kaya pumunta sa marriage.
Yung tinutukoy mo na months, even years.
Kulang yun, bro.
Maigsi pa yun, bro.
Mahaba yun.
Dad ko naman nagsabi sa akin yan. Ganyan din ako dati. Nung kinasal kami ni Wenie, so obviously, unang lalapitan mo na advice, mom and dad mo eh. Sabi ng nanay ko, hindi, parang ganyan, mabilis lang yan, anak, magbabago rin yan. Dad ko, obviously a guy, gave me the soundest advice na anyone has given me. Sabi niya, anak, hihintayin mo yan 5 to 7 years. Sabi niya, up until lumagpas kayo ng 7 years, that's the only time na mag-uumpisa kayo na mawawala na lahat na yan.
Actually, tama yun. Yun ang sabi din. After 7 years of your relationship,
At legit, bro.
kung kayo pa after ng years na yan,
Going
malaking
strong
chance
kayo.
yan.
Legit, remember sabi niya kanina, inabot nga kami na 7 years. So the closest advice na I got was from my dad.
So that's just a start pa lang.
Okay.
Start of curvy.
And trust me naman, the 7 years, kumbaga sa fraternity, hazing lang yun eh. Pagkatapos nun, senyoris ka na, masaya na buhay, trust me. Okay na yun.
Oo ba? Madali lang yun.
Pero tulad nga ng fraternity, merong mga rules, kundi ma-DDA ka naman. So, senyoris ka na, pero susunod ka pa rin. Kung hindi, papaluin ka eh. So, ganun din yan.
Sundot na lang.
Oo.
Sundot.
Yung medyo mamimili ka na ngayon ng lugar mo.
Tsaka as long as you love each other, yung 7-8 years na yan, ang bilis lang, parang kahapon lang.
Beautiful, Ryan. A great note to end on, right?
Yes.
Really?
Okay.
So, to quote Ryan in closing, guys, if you love each other, the 7 to 8 years na you need to wait for, mabilis lang yan, parang kahapon lang yan.
Ganda.
So, if you're still with us until this very end,
Yeah. Thank you very much.
thank you very much, guys. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
If you have any comments, just let us know. what
Yeah,
your
put them down below
advice
and
are.
we would love to read them. And by the way, para dun sa mga nagsasend na sa amin ng comments ninyo, again, we are making podcasts for them na. So please wait lang kasi medyo marami-rami and we are trying our best to do them for you guys. Okay, so we appreciate them. Keep them coming, no? We appreciate yung kayo nagsasuggest mismo what you guys want to hear. Makes it a lot easier sa amin, actually.
Yeah.
Gives us a topic to talk about. We talk about it, put it up for you guys, and
We get a lot of good questions.
yeah. And kami rin, guys, when we do this, it's not just us giving advice to you. We're also learning. Kasi you guys respond, you tell us what you think, and natutuwa kami. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much again, Miss Wenie, CEO of
Yes,
Argonza
Thank you
Aesthetics.
so much for
and
having me here.
The CEO of
It's
RP's
really great
Heart.
to be here.
So thank you very much, honey. I
Thank you,
appreciate you
and
for
Thank
being here
you.
with
Thank
us.
Congratulations to our super couple.
Yeah,
Power
thank
couple.
you. And guys, nga pala, i-plug in ko na rin. Wait lang kayo kasi magkakaroon na rin ng sarili niyang podcast, Miss Wenie.
Very soon.
And yung podcast naman na yun would be about her journey in the beauty and wellness industry. So how she started, what are the things that she is doing or she did and is still doing, how to be successful in that industry. So if you're somebody na interested to get into the beauty and wellness industry, definitely look out for that podcast. Marami kang matututunan doon.
Yes.
Okay, so again,
Alright.
this is RP.
And this is Wenie.
Ryan here.
And Chris.
Take care, everyone.